Wisdom in the whip. Wisdom in the whip. Wisdom in the whip. This is wisdom in the whip. Why wisdom in the whip? Because I got a lot of drive, a bunch of ambition. See, I ain't got to lie. Wisdom in the whip. Wisdom in the whip. Wisdom in the whip. This is wisdom in the whip. Welcome back to Wisdom in the Whip. This is Wisdom in the Whip, day 2. This should be titled Wisdom in the Whip at Night. Wisdom in the Whip at night, though. Wisdom in the Whip. Regardless, this is Wisdom in the Whip. It's your boy Ariel. Welcome back to another edition, another episode of Wisdom in the Whip, where we talk everything entrepreneurship, parenthood, business, personal development, professional development, relationships, spiritual development, religion, politics, and every other thing that life encompasses, because I want to help people be better at life, right? Life is complex. Sometimes life is simple. Life can be as simple as you make it, but for the majority, life is complex. Life is multifaceted. There are a bunch of moving parts inside of this reality we call life, inside of this world, right? And on this journey, a lot of people are misguided. On this journey, a lot of people are uninformed. In this journey, a lot of people are misinformed, right? There's so much information on the internet. There's so much information in the world. There is a news article like every hour, every second, every minute of the day that's being posted. Excuse me. There's a bunch of news sites. There's a bunch of media outlets, right? There's social media. There's television media. There's billboard media. There's so much media. There's so much content. There's so much information being displayed across so many platforms, right? Magazines, books, social media, television, commercials, movies. And a lot of people are confused. They stuck and they stagnant, right? They're in this comfort zone where they don't know whether to move right or they don't know whether to move left. They don't know what's righteous. They don't know what's unrighteous. They don't know the difference between subjective truth and objective truth, right? There's just so many topics that can be talked about life, right? And I want to be a guide. I want to be a help. I want to be someone people can look towards for information on a specific topic. If you want to know a topic about daughters, if you want to know a topic about women, if you want to know a topic about children, if you want to know a topic about the Bible, if you want to know a topic about religion, if you want to know a topic about death and the afterlife, right? If you just want to know something about a specific topic and you don't know where to turn to, I want to be that voice to help people turn to a reliable source in which they can trust, right? A reliable source in which they can trust. A human being just like them, who does not deny the hardships, who does not deny the difficulties and challenges of life. And I'm going to try to be a source of understanding, a source of wisdom, a source of knowledge to help people make better decisions in life. I believe someone with a good understanding, a great understanding, a mastery understanding can help other people understand their situation. And once you understand your situation, once you know more information about it, once you have more experience in it, then you can make the best decision for you and those around you. So that's what Wisdom in the Whip is all about. It's all about spreading wisdom. It's all about spreading knowledge. It's all about being the best that you can be. It's all about helping you make better decisions in life, right? Sometimes we just want to turn to someone for a quick answer, right? We might not have time to research. We might not have time to study. We might not have time to gather all of the information that we need. So if we have a reliable source who we trust, who we can turn to when we're in times of difficulties, when we're in times of hardships, or when we're in times of joy, and when we're in times of excitement, and you just need a quick point in the right direction. I want to be able to point someone in the right direction so that they can move forward with their day, right? There's going to be times where you have to study. There's going to be times where you have to learn it on your own. You're going to have to fall. You're going to have to fail. You're going to have to get it wrong. You're going to have to make mistakes, right? But sometimes you can just turn to a guide. You can turn to a mentor. You can turn to a coach. You can turn to a counselor. You can turn to a therapist. You can turn to an advisor, someone who you trust, someone who is a master of that subject, someone who has the information, someone who has the know-how, someone who's been through it and got through it, right? Someone who's been through the ropes a couple times. You want to turn to that person and just get a quick answer. And that's who I want to be for the people. I want to be a guide. I want to be an instructor. I want to be a teacher. I want to be a pastor. I want to help those in need when I can, where I can, right? And just a little bit about myself. I am from Syracuse, New York, not New York City. A lot of people don't know where Syracuse is, so they mix up Syracuse with like somewhere close to New York City. And I'm like, nah, we like 4.5, 5 hours away from New York. So it's a whole nother culture down there. It's like a whole nother world, right? So your boy is from Syracuse, New York, and I'm a father. I have 2 daughters, and I am a husband. I have a beautiful wife. Her name is Rakia. My 2 daughters' names are Sinai and Eliana. And I am 30 years old, right? The big 3-0. Not thirsty, but thriving, right? Welcome to your thriving 30s, not your dirty 30s or your thirsty 30s. Excuse me, but thriving 30s, right? And I want to own a church one day. Not only do I want to own a church, I want to own a school. I want to own a hospital. I want to own a grocery store. I want to own a community, right? I want to own the 4 staples that make up a community: hospital, bank, school, grocery store. Hospital, bank, school, grocery store. If your communities have those 4 things, then it is a community, right? So I got my associate's degree from Genesee Community College. And then I got my bachelor's degree from Syracuse University. And at Syracuse University, I studied child and family studies. And it was a branch of social work, right? I didn't know what I wanted to do in college. I just went to college because my girlfriend at the time was in college. She was going to college, and I felt like it was trendy. I felt like it was something that we had to do in order to not be a statistic, right? I felt like college was the way out the hood, one way out the hood. And I grew up in the hood. I grew up in poverty, Section 8, food stamps, right? I grew up in a underprivileged community, a disadvantaged community. I grew up with drug dealers, criminals, domestic violence, and illegal activity, right? This ain't no movie. This is not a false reality or illusion that I'm building, right? This is the truth of the matter, not my truth. This is the truth of the matter, because a lot of people like to tell their truth. That's cool. You can tell your truth. You can have your truth. You can have your opinion. But at the end of the day, I want the truth. I want the truth. I want the objective truth. I want something that stands alone, right? So growing up in the hood, growing up in poverty, I didn't know what to do. So when I was in high school, mind you, I went to a summer school, like 2 years in high school. So like I think 11th grade and 10th grade, I was in summer school, and I didn't know what to do. So I was dealing with this girl at the time. We was dating, and she was going to college, and I was like, I don't know what to do. So I'll go to college too, right? And at that time, most of my friends was going to jail, or they was hanging on the block, or they was dying. And I was not trying to do either one of those options, right? I was always in the hood, but my mind was always on success, because my vision that I had was white picket fence, big house, pool in the back, basketball court, football field in the back. I had my own garden, wife and kids and family. And I came home, and all my nieces and nephews, they always wanted to come over to my house for barbecue. They wanted to come over and play. They wanted to come over and garden. They wanted to come over and jump in the pool, right? So I was always the uncle. I was always the father figure who had it all and that could offer it to my friends and family. So my mind was always on something else, but my body was always in the hood. So I was like, okay, you going to college, I'm gonna go to college. So I went to Genesee Community College, and I got my excuse me, I got my associate's degree in liberal arts, because I didn't know what to do. So I was like, I just take liberal arts. I started as a CPA or an accountant, but didn't work out. It was like, yo, this too hard. I'm about to do something else. And then that's when I went to liberal arts, and I graduated from there. But I told y'all I'm gonna keep these videos 10 minutes or less. So we at the pretty much 10-minute mark. So we finna get out of here. Make sure you check out your boy on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok. www.arielmerch. Don't forget to get your books and your shirts, and to catch part 2, the rest of my story. Peace.